are some of the lessons that you can help their transition to Boston?
Yeah, and you know, we'll keep talking as we go along. But I've already spoken to Gordon a little bit about that, and you know, I'm sure I'll have my conversations with KYRIE. But it's just getting acclimated and used to your surroundings, to the people around you, to the city, and for them it's going to be a learning experience. But you know, I'll be there to kind of support them and help them out, and to see things certain ways. You know, change can be difficult sometimes, but I feel like not only myself, but some of the other guys, like Marcus and Terry, they'll be able to help them as well, you know, get acclimated with the team and everything.
Speaking of change, how strange was it to be a conference finalist and then see 4 starters gone and only 4 people back from 53 wins?
Very strange. Very strange. You know, but we got to a point that I felt that, or I didn't feel Danny, you know, in management, felt like there needed to be some changes, and I think that Gordon was a guy that was always desired and wanted, and we pursued in free agency, and that was a big change for us. And then obviously the KYRIE thing happened, and that was a big surprise for all of us. We didn't see that coming at all, but it's something that that I feel like it's really going to put us in a different position as a team. He's an unbelievable player, and then, you know, adding, you know, Marcus Morris, Baines, we have a lot of new pieces, but I feel like it's I think we're moving in the right direction as a team.
What was it something like for you as you're watching people around you in the locker room?
Very surprising, because at first it was like, oh, you know, well, Avery was moved, and we got Marcus, and but then it just kind of, you know, Kelly signed with Miami, and then it just started snowballing, and I didn't pay much attention to it until the KYRIE thing happened, because, you know, Zizic, and then obviously Isaiah and Jay being moved, so then that's when, you know, you look at the roster, and I started looking at, you know, obviously people making comments. You only have 4 guys returning, and it was a big surprise, but it was like gradually, like you thought it was over, and then something happened and something broke, and you know, I think I saw something that Danny said that throughout all the off seasons, there's usually a lot of change and things like that, and people don't notice it, but it was a lot of big changes, because it was, you know, a lot of our core guys that were moved.
Considering what Isaiah meant to you guys last year, just how different is it that you suddenly lost him? And, you know, just what did
what was the last part you said?
Just what did he mean to you guys?
Yeah, no, it was very unexpected that happened. He, you know, gave everything he had every night. That was something that I appreciated about Isaiah. That it didn't matter, and we all learned, it didn't matter what was going on, how big or how small, he always gave everything he had. And he was, you know, one of the guys that was recruiting me to come here initially. So he's a guy that I have great respect for, and you know, I really wish him well, and first of all, to be healthy and well moving forward in Cleveland.
Yeah, can you talk about KYRIE, just your initial thoughts about him, and what's got you so excited about him as a team?
Man, he's special. He's special. KYRIE, I was watching him work out on Tuesday, and I was just blown away, because I've played against him many years. You know, you see him on the court, you see some of the moves. You're impressed. You're like, yeah, he's an all-star player. He's a really good player. But then when you see him work at what he does in practice, and how easy he's able to score the ball and handle and do certain things, it just really blew my mind. And I don't think people understand how good of a player he is, and he's going to showcase that this year. you know, obviously he needs time to get acclimated and to catch up to speed with everything that we had. But his ability is unreal. I'm very intrigued to see how the season's going to develop and everything. He's going to be great for us.
Similarly about Gordon?
And Gordon is a guy that really does it all, and he really shoots the ball extremely well, as we know that. But one of the things that has impressed me about him is his passing ability. He really can pass the ball. He really has size, can play in pick and roll. But it's also a guy, probably the biggest thing that always impressed me about Gordon was his defense, and I don't think people talk about that enough. But his ability to block shots from the outside, chase down guys down on the break and block shots. Like, people don't see a lot of his defensive strengths, and I feel like he's gonna make us better in that regard.
Yeah. Among the questions you're going to be asked by the new guys is about Coach Stevens. Can you talk about what his impact has been on you, and what, we hear a lot about how quote-unquote special he is. He's done a great job here. Can you talk about his influence on you?
Well, he's been a big influence on me. I feel like the guys will be challenged as far as them knowing about the game of basketball. I feel like he's really going to challenge them to be better, to look at themselves more critically, look at the film, really help them understand offense, movement, and then defensively, he's really going to put us in positions to be very effective on defense. I think one of his biggest strengths is probably he's a great teacher, and guys will be better, and they'll just keep getting better as the year goes on, and as soon as they start understanding how he works and what he's about, and he did that for me last year. He really made me think the game, look at things differently. It's no coincidence why I had the highest assist that I've averaged in the NBA, and he puts you in positions to be successful. So I think the guys are really going to be excited to play for him.
Final question for Al.
Is there any concern about how fast you can get all of this going with the expectation and also with the new players?
Oh, of course. I think in people's eyes there can probably be some concern, but for us, we can't worry about the expectations or how fast or how it takes a certain amount of time for everything to happen. But for us, it starts tomorrow, and then we'll just build it up day by day. But I think it's just getting comfortable with the concepts that we need to do defensively, and then on offense, on the offensive end, get the chemistry going. And you guys are going to hear me say that a lot, but just get that going, feeling comfortable with each other, and once we do that, I think we'll be in a good place. I don't know how long that's going to take, but we're hoping it's sooner than later.
Thank you, Al.
La llegada de Gordon Hayward y de KYRIE Irving aportan las distancias, sin duda, en la conferencia. ¿Cuál es tu expectativa en tu segundo año con el equipo, a nivel colectivo y a nivel individual?
Sí, yo creo que estamos en esa posición de probar lo que somos como equipo. Somos un equipo muy nuevo, tenemos muchas cosas que aprender todavía, y yo no quiero poner necesariamente esas expectativas desde ahora, pero yo sé que están ahí. Yo sé que las expectativas son nosotros contra Cleveland, ese tipo de cosas, pero el enfoque para nosotros es el día a día, el ir mejorando como equipo y desarrollando esa química, porque es que somos 11 jugadores nuevos que hay en el grupo, y aprender los conceptos ofensivos y defensivos toma un poco de tiempo, pero el potencial yo creo que sí. Yo creo que podemos jugar contra cualquier equipo y tenemos esa habilidad de ser un tremendo equipo.
Thank you, Al. Everybody, we wish we had 20 minutes for everyone today.